Hello, my name is Octavian Caius Obeada. I am a retired family nurse practitioner, a Romanian Christian apologist, and educator, currently living in upstate New York. Well, I teach apologetics at VAX Day Institute of Apologetics and at the Baptist Theological Institute in Bucharest, Romania. And throughout my medical career and theological studies, I have been deeply fascinated by the extraordinary complexity, intelligence, and restorative power of the human body. Well, this book grows out of that lifelong journey. What if the human body is more than biology? What if the healing is more than chemistry? What if the rhythms, intelligence, and astonishing coordination within life itself points towards something deeper, something intentional? Well, in the living signature, the body power to heal, and the question of the design, I invite readers into one of the most profound conversations of our time, whether life is ultimately the product of blind chance or purposeful design. Well, we live in an extraordinary scientific age. We can sequence genomes, manipulate DNA, transplant organs, and observe the microscopic architecture of cells with astonishing precision. Modern medicine has uncovered mechanisms of healing and regeneration once thought impossible. Yet with every new discovery, another mystery emerges. Why does the body possess such remarkable powers of restoration? Why do cells communicate through systems that resemble sophisticated information networks? Do you ever ask you why do biological systems function with extraordinary coordination, timing, and interdependence? Well, in this book, I argue that the deeper we explore life, the more we encounter not randomness, but coherence. Not chaos, but order. Not meriting complexity, but purposeful complexity. Well, at the heart of this book and this work is the idea that the body bears a living signature, evidence of intelligence woven into the structures of life itself. Through an interdisciplinary journey spanning biology, medicine, philosophy, theology, and system science, I examine the human body not as simple as a machine, but as a unified reality filled with meaning, adaptation, and design. I explore the body rhythms of renewal, silent processes of cellular repair, astonishing immune defense, and intricate communication system that sustain life moment by moment. I also examine conception itself, where a single fertilized cell begins the breathtaking journey towards becoming a complete human being. Readers are introduced to the language of the system biology, where organs and processes do not operate independently, but as deeply interconnected walls. From oxygen transport to hormonal regulation, I demonstrate how life depends on simultaneously coordination across multiple systems, a reality that raises profound questions about purely accidental explanation for biological existence. But this work goes behind science alone. I also explore the philosophical and spiritual implication of healing, regeneration, and embodies life. Why do human beings instantly seek renewal? Why does the body strive to repair rather than destroy? Why does life resist disorder so persistently? And this book challenges reductionist assumptions that view humanity as nothing more than chemistry and mutation. Instead, I present a vision of life that integrates scientific discovery with deeper questions of purpose, meaning, and transcendence. Throughout those pages, readers will encounter scientific research, medical insight, philosophical reflection, and theological wisdom woven together into a unified narrative accessible to specialists and general readers alike. Well, this is not a rejection of science. It's an invitation to see science more fully, not merely as a study of mechanism, but the exploration of intelligibility itself. Well, I wrote the living signature for scientists, students, physicians, theologians, skeptics, and anyone who has ever looked at the human body with wonder and asked whether life may carry evidence of intention behind matters alone. Because perhaps healing is more than repair. Perhaps the body is more than biology. And perhaps with every heartbeat, every cell, and every act of renewal, there exists a signature waiting to be understood. And perhaps that signature is alive. Well, the living signature, the body power to heal, and the question of design, it's available through Amazon, Google Books, and Apple Books. Thank you to listening to this short presentation from a guy with a heavy accent. May God bless you.